What are you doing?
Turning off the alarm clock.
You were up?
No, not for long.
No problem?
No, I just had a dream and it woke me, that's all.
No, what's wrong?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can't remember the dream?
No, not really. No point in even trying to.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. You know, whenever Kevin's got a nightmare, I try to get him to tell me about it. And once he starts talking about the boogeyman, it doesn't make the dream so scary anymore.
Well, I'm not 6 years old, in case you hadn't noticed. And I don't dream about boogeymen or hobgoblins or trolls.
Well, you don't, huh?
No.
Well, if it's bad enough to wake you up, you sure didn't have something to do with Tina?
I don't really remember. Why would you ask me that?
Well, because it just, seems like every time you're around here lately, you get all tensed up and buttoned up, and I find myself sort of waiting for an explosion.
Oh, come on. You're exaggerating. Anyway, we've talked about Tina's problems before. I don't really want to bring it up now, okay?
Well, just so you don't make it your problem.
I just remembered.
What?
I remembered my dream. I was dreaming about this handsome cowboy, and I kept trying to tell him his hat was on fire. But I couldn't get a word in edgewise because he kept talking nonsense.
I can take a hint.
Wait a minute. I haven't been completely reassured yet.
You haven't, huh? Does that do the trick?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You sure you're worth it?
Am I ever worth it?
Prove it. Prove it.
We were about to send the bloodhounds out after you.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Darling.
Hello.
I'm starved.
Oh, so am I. When's supper?
10 minutes ago.
Uh-oh. How about a drink?
Little tiny one for you.
You ladies?
No, thank you. I'll pass.
I won't. All right. Well.
So, how did it go with the scourge of Cherokee County?
The old man just reared back and dropped the price of Buchanan crude oil by $1 a barrel.
$1? Isn't that going to cause a worldwide panic?
Yeah, well, he thinks it is.
And the panic just might start at Buchanan Enterprises.
So what are you guys going to do?
Kind of just batten down the hatches, I guess. I don't know. I'll tell you, Clint, when are we going to learn there's no talking to the old man when he's like this?
Look, isn't there any way to persuade him to do otherwise? I mean, even to just make the cut less drastic?
Well, there's always prayer.
Yeah, thanks. You know what? After that memorial service, I looked into the old man's eyes, and I swear there was like a clearness, you know? Kind of like a real determination. I thought to myself, finally, maybe we're over all this craziness.
I thought the same thing yesterday.
Oh? What was yesterday?
Well, believe it or not, he gave Bo and me his blessing.
Yeah, that's what Bo said. Said he had to kind of force the words out, so I was wondering about it.
Yeah, but he was very gracious. You know, Dee Dee, that's something that you're going to learn. Underneath that crusty old exterior of Ace's is a very crusty interior. And under that, you might find a pussycat.
You mean as far as you're concerned?
Hmm?
I think he plays that old man like he was a cello.
Really? You want to give me music lessons?
Well, I had a heavy date with my wife, and Bo and Dee Dee are here, and going to join us for dinner.
Have you eaten yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, good. You tell Vicky to shut down that oven, and you all get over here, because I'm having a barbecue. But I'll tell you one thing. You know Chuck Wilson, he sees ribs. He'll clean that whole plate off, so get over here right away.
Pa, thanks for the invitation, but we were just getting ready to sit down, and we all agreed that it should be an early evening.
What did you say? Excuse me, Chuck's hollering here. I gotta go.
I mean, we discussed this before. You know, when you talked about your father, well, a person can't help but picture him as being on some kind of pedestal.
He was a brilliant journalist. He was a patron of the arts. He was a self...
See how defensive you are?
Well, what do you want me to do? Talk about his faults?
I wasn't aware of you ever having mentioned that he had any.
All right, fine. How about Doreen? I mean, I never understood what he saw in her.
Well, Dorian, not someone I would choose as a stepmother for my children. However, when it comes to men, she does have a certain charm.
Oh, all right. Tony, my half-brother. My father had an illegitimate son. That's all right. I'm not afraid to admit that he wasn't perfect. I do not understand, however, why I feel I have to defend myself every time I mention his accomplishments.
Sweetheart, you don't have to defend him.
Yes, Hans.
Excuse me, madam, Mr. Dean Stella is here.
You expecting him?
No.
Well, he's here to pick up Miss Clayton, and he asked if he might see you for a moment, if you have the time.
Oh, yes, all right. Ask him to come in, please.
Very good.
Mr. and Mrs. Buchanan.
Stella.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I so admire the banner.
I wish we could say the same for the publication you work for.
Well, that's direct.
Mr. Stella, I have to tell you, I was appalled by the article you wrote on Alex Crown. Orgies on the yacht? Really? Isn't that stretching your editorial license? Just a little bit.
His son didn't like it either. He throws a good punch.
Well, you can't blame him, can you? I mean, those lies could be damaging to his family. You do admit they are lies, don't you?
Well, sure. I mean, we stretch the truth a little. At the Intruder, we call it creative journalism. I write for my publisher. It's a job. It pays the bill.
What about your self-respect?
Miss Buchanan, if I worked for you, wouldn't you want me to play by your rules? Haven't you been getting my resumes and my writing samples?
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's all right. Should we go?
Oh, absolutely. Night.
Good night.
Good night. Tina dating Dean Stella?
Well, don't let Tina hear you say that. I mean, with the problems you're already having with her.
I foresee nothing but trouble there. I have seen her through so many bad relationships. She always picks the wrong kind of man.
Maybe you should consider asking her to find her own place.
Why?
Well, if you mention any of what we've just been talking about to her, she is going to insist that you are interfering in her personal life.
Look, darling, I promised her mother I would always take care of Tina.
Honey, Tina's going to be, 23 in March? She's an adult. She can take care of herself. She's been on her own for the last 3 years.
But I could never ask her to leave my house.
She's making you unhappy. And I don't like it when people make you unhappy. Now, she's going to do what she wants to do, when she wants to do it, no matter what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of it. And, you know, asking her to leave is not disowning it. It's just giving us a little peace of mind.
For the whole thing, she must remember.
Oh, this has gone on long enough. You want to know who your father is? Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now.
I'm your father.
You have to trust me. You have to look deep into my eyes while I look even deeper into yours.